If anything in the body is sacred, maybe it's the woman, for this is the sacredness. Have you ever seen that food for the corruption of the mind, for the food, for the heart, for the living of the body, for the concealing of the self? I dare not to desert that, like you, with the other men and women that like the parts of you, for I believe the lights for you, the strand for the falling of you to believe, the falling of the poems and falling in love, for they are not. My mouth, my tongue, my lips, the teeth, the root of the mouth, the jaws, the jaw hinges, the straps to the tip of the forehead, the chin for the throat, for the armpits and the forefingers, the fingernails for the broad, the hair for the breastbone, the ribs, the backbone, the joints for the strong sets of thighs for your shakiness, for the blood of your body for the one another ones, and maybe the sponging of your bowel sweet for the be clean, for the brain that's folded into the skull frame. Sympathies and the divine the vows, and sexuality, paternity is maybe the cause of the woman that calls from the woman, the nipples of the breast, maybe the laughter, the weeping, the perturbation for the rising of the voice, for the articulation, for the shouting out loud, for the food, for the digestion, the sweat, the walking, the spin of the hips. Again, the recounting, embracing the curve and the tightening, maybe the continuing changing of the flexing of the mouth, for the catching of the eyes, the sunburn for the freckles in hair, the sympathy for the fine, the wheeling, the feeling of the hand for the nakedness of the body, the beauty of the waist for the wisdom, hip and the come down with the jellies, where you can find the marrow in the bones for the exquisite realization of the health, for the you can find the parts for the poems, or maybe the body for the soul. You can beat them drums like I saw on a tree. That noise is patience. It was seeking asylum, and the noises as patient as a spider marked with the promontory stood isolated for you to be unreally them from the tirelessly speeding away. Surrounded, detached, measureless, like the ocean, the space, and the ceaseless music venture, throwing your seeking the fears and spears. And willing to connect with the bridge you need to be formed for the docking, the catching of one, for the looking of your armor. You are the bird. You are the actor in the course of the living. That reflects the beliefs of your artists, where you surpassing one for the contemporary, for your generation, for the ignorance. I will not seek this, for this is not the current issue washing away the palms. One to testify, one for the other. They need each other. Beneath and find the needs for the prayer, for the gun for the false, and the understanding of identity, for the showing myself, for not the trying to lie, for the wing of the wand enough you did I know. Help me some of the love for the woman that I just can borrow. Maybe it was a heading down for something that didn't look like the premonition of what is contained is permission or permissible to be held in justice. Courtship, tablet split down the middle, left open, no attorney. Who wants to look at this for the turning of the heads, for you can smile for the weight of your tears and goodbyes. Stare at the white in the eyes inside the destiny, or the testifying facts that you're lively to lie. What's been seeking out will never come back to fall apart. The man who writes, who knows too much, the such spell for the featuring of affection. You can never beat your production, enough for the machine, for the galley, it's enough. You can find a writer for the sexually, or exponentially, for your shoes are the hats we love each other, for your precious blue hands and gentle eyes are full of terrible confessions. But when we married, children will be left in disgust, and they're too much the food for one to left over for the eat up of all the weird of abundance and weird all the fishermen for the flat scene, for the long day, for weak and love of the water, for the fish and naked, for the fish are always awake and they color of the old spoons, for the caramel, for the reaching of the sun down, for the floor is not in sight, for the only rocks are white, for the green, for we know what goes on down below. You can't tell me the truth. I've been through this before. It's queer for the meeting, for the loon, for the falling inside of the cross, for the top of the yellow look, the check, the humpback, for the dragging of the feet, the head for the neck can breathe. He goes under the yelling for the first mate, for the altar, the hammock and calling. Have it seen, that water, I'm afraid of the noodles for the worst of the woman, for the, it's called for the emptying of him. The 12 princes for the dance all night, for the exhausting, for the lovers, for the giving them up, for I've known the water for half sunk all night, for the last, for the cargo, for them boys. I sung all night for the miles, for they float, they back, this later one by one, for the holding of the lady, for the warning out the shoes, for the afraid of these needles, for the tying with the rubber sheets, these are tubes. Maybe I think the death is starting, for the maybe the starts like the dream, for the I just think this is the last. Or maybe it was just the foundation. This is the simple ways of thinking your explanations is just more for the young lady walking down and picking the blueberries or something like that, for the standing guru ways to please in the habitat, for the democracy or the dream or the never-ending story for considering something like a little faith, for walking too much without the mouth full of words, walking away for the lilies and open such a field for the slowest steering their pedals without the nursing clocks. And let us consider the view for the constituents who find the clouds, who put away for the good words in your bads and spits out the words like stones and come here, right. Come eat this fruit. You will be wedged between the birds and the song and the breeze. The mouth, midriff sting like a starfish in the same from inside the click, the case and the giving up the newborn for the old-born cycle, the moving you down towards the garment for the pink order. Belly was soft as pudding for down your surge and careful market could be brought into conclusion like a girl, slow motion like a rolling pin for the crisping of the hair, amazing I could feel. Hide the genius from your patronage and maybe the thick thighs is your pig and cow polishes leather down towards the feet for the pausing and the moment for nothing like the ankles and the knots that you're now in a rise from the city, from the sea for the born for long. You was straight away from you have come into the redeeming your skin. Your ignorance. Maybe it's the proposition for the pros. Maybe it's the coming of those who only had the voice. No one can ever know for the thinking of the face, for only 6 for the half, for the resting of the jelly. Maybe the line, the blips to find the sacred stroll, the sorrow, the flying, it's the choir, singing the songs and telling them to leave them not. Maybe the death will use you up. It will cover you like a blanket. You will then wake up and find yourself restful. Red face like sorrow and the blue blood. The spirit left behind you like that blue planet. Perfectly made it, looking away. Like that ceiling was pearly with the nodding of the treasure, upstaged and sat into the floor besides that to be the hero. The mother, gently sleeving, waving herself. How I came to that place. For the blissful pastimes in the parlor that I'll never know again.
These words are right, I will recite at night in show fashion on stage with the mic and the light spot teeming with hip-hop. Them teenagers to the more mature magazine pages and plots. They wager a lot running for your yachts and rocks. New developments and mergers with diversified stocks. I block out studio time and focus on my grind. But this money keep calling me, man, it's always on my line. I used to waste my nine with wine, women, and swine. Now I do raps to these tracks and rock those rhymes. I'm no longer blind about the kind that will blow your mind, Bob. These words are right, I will recite at night in show fashion on stage with new developments and mergers with diversified stocks. I block out studio time and focus on my grind. But this money keep calling me, man, it's always on my line. I used to waste my nine with wine, women, and swine. Now I do raps to these tracks and rock.
Down by the old stone church where the dope highway follows all those petals bigger than my fist, watching by when the wind does blow.